There were rumours of war coming out, and then we heard war was declared. Then Australia, of course, was in it too, because England was in it. I don't know if they'd do that today. And I enlisted. I went to Egypt. From Egypt, we went to Gallipoli. I was 16 when I left school and enlisted. I suppose I was 17 on Gallipoli. You don't look for reasons why I did this, you just did it. And I think one thing most young fellows were going, I don't think they realised what the war was, until afterwards. I just went up and went into the recruiting office and, put myself in as a recruit. And they were after men, so I was young and not very big, but I was strong. I said I was 18. We did rifle shooting, and we did marching, and not much training really. It gets you in really decent physical nick, because they'd be running in the morning and doing exercises, but there's nothing over-strenuous, or it's all a bit of an adventure at that age. I'd just left school, you see. At 16, it doesn't seem to matter much. You don't... A little bit older, you'd think more seriously about it, I think. I came through Gallipoli where a lot of more mature people didn't. It wasn't a good place to serve at all. I suppose you weren't frightened, but you were aware of, people were getting bowled over pretty often. In our company, I suppose, while I was there, we had half of them hit. There was a fellow in the boat coming ashore with us was hit, and it rather shocked me in a way. I'd never seen a man killed before. You realise what's going on when you're in amongst it. Yeah. It mightn't be frightening, but it puts you on your toes. It's all a jumble. There was Hill 60, I remember, as we went off, looking back at Hill 60, and there was a pair of legs sticking out from a bush. They were just ditches, down deep, and bits of shelters put over them where you could, and you kept in them as long as you could. You didn't like going out because you're likely to get hit when you're moving from place to place. But in the trench you are fairly safe, you see. The trenches there were not as deep and as unpleasant as the French trenches, because we could go down to the beach, although people got hit sometimes going down. But there was a track from where we were down to the beach. There's nothing to stop us except stray rifle fire. Yes, I suppose you were aware that you could get killed any time, but you're not... you couldn't do anything about it. You were there, and that was all. Bombs thrown over were dangerous, but they never hit me. But they hit plenty of other people. A fellow named Pritchard was shot and killed. It was a bit of a surprise. When you're young, you take those sort of shocks much more easily than you do when you're grown up, I think. I came off in the evacuation day. We left very early in the morning. I had 4 or 5 months in hospital. I weighed about 8 stone, I think. Egypt and the islands, Cairo, they were all exciting places, you know, for a 16-year-old that had never really been out of Tasmania before. It was a fairyland. I suppose we had some sort of an idea that was to protect Australia and in a way England, because we used to think a lot more of England in those days than we do now, because we hadn't seen so much of it, I suppose. After Gallipoli, I thought it'd be nice to get out of it. It's a pleasant enough place in peacetime. You see, this last time I went over it didn't seem the horrible place that it had been when we were fighting there.